What is corrective feedback? Also known as negative feedback, it is the information provided to residents who perform significantly below their potential due to specific difficulties. No one wants to give corrective feedback, but everyone wants to hear it. The first thing to realize is that people generally respond more strongly to negative events rather than positive ones. In other words, we usually are more upset about losing $100 than we are happy about winning $100. Why do we avoid giving corrective feedback? It is difficult to avoid the judgment associated with feedback. In a busy operating room, positive feedback is pleasing for all, but corrective feedback can be both difficult and disappointing. We are worried about the other person's reaction. What if she gets angry? What if he cries? What if he becomes defensive and starts blaming me? Another obstacle that makes it difficult is not knowing what to say. I can't actually tell the resident I think he or she has a bad attitude. While errors should be quickly brought to the resident's attention, provision of corrective feedback requires skill and understanding of the process. The desire to avoid upsetting a resident with negative feedback can result in what has been described as vanishing feedback. That is, the teacher lacks the competence to provide meaningful feedback and consequently avoids giving any. With all that information running through our heads, it's easy to convince ourselves, it's not that big of a deal, or it'll go away, or even worse yet, if the resident is really good, he or she will figure it out on their own and just stop doing it. The reality is that we seldom give corrective feedback. Why do we behave this way? The most obvious explanation for the paucity of feedback in clinical education is the failure to make first-hand observations of a student's performance. Without observations, errors will go uncorrected and good performance is not reinforced. As a result, clinical competence may not be achieved and the ultimate goal in clinical education and patient welfare may be compromised. Positive feedback is often overlooked or forgotten. Teachers may feel that their residents will intuitively know when things are going well. As a result, the amount of feedback tends to diminish when things are good. On the other hand, corrective feedback is equally as difficult to give. When someone's work, behavior, or choices need correction, it is challenging for the recipient as well. Here are some simple guidelines for crafting corrective feedback. Number 1. Before you give feedback, ask. Ask their perspective before telling them what they need to do differently. Do not correct feedback before you know the whole story.
Oh, hi Sandy. So we've completed your EPA for handing over patients to PACU. How do you feel everything went?
Well, I'm really unsure because I felt I did well initially, taking the patient package, the patient was stable, all the monitors went on and the patient looked fine. But then when I tried to give the report, all the nurses were talking to each other and I knew that we were running behind the other rooms. I had to run and go back to the room. So at that point I think I wasn't really sure what to do. So I just ran back to the OR, I guess.
Number 3. Use an I message to describe your feelings. Emotions and feelings are always going to be part of human interaction. Do not say, "You really frustrate me." This message is about the other person. This phrase can make them feel attacked. I feel frustrated is a description about how you're feeling. It's not about the other person. It's about you. It is easier for them to hear it and accept it.
Sure, I can accept that you have a reason for what happened. However, the important thing is that you have to hand over care of the patient to the nurses. And it's usually one nurse, and it is important to get her attention.
Okay.
Number 4. Describe the impact of the behavior. If you want to impact future behavior, you need to give them a reason to change. Describe the consequences of their behavior. Why should they care?
I feel it is important for you to take time, and yes, the nurses are busy as well.
Yeah.
I don't think that they were trying to ignore you. They probably had something that they had to deal with at the time. And then it's important for you to just wait a few minutes and just attract the attention at least of the one nurse who's going to be in charge of this patient and give the report. So yes, it will take you an extra 2 minutes, but ultimately patient safety is really important.
Okay, all right. I'll remember that for later. Thank you.
Finally, keep in mind these final tips. Get to the point. Clearly describe the problem that needs correcting. Ask for a response. Listen to the person's explanation. Avoid getting into an argument. Develop a plan. Work together to develop an agreed-upon plan for improvement. Summarize the discussion. Make sure you and the other person are on the same page about what went wrong and how you've agreed to correct it. Follow up. Set a date to review progress together. Express appreciation. Help the other person to know of your liking of them and your appreciation for what they do. Help them to know that you are on their side. Take these tips with you the next time you find yourself giving corrective feedback. Remember to visit our website to find more educational videos and information about CBD.